Hey Custom Truck, it's Gabby Leon here. I am in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina, visiting with one of our forestry customers, Triangle Crane. We're going to get to visit a job site to see some of our equipment in action, and we'll get to speak with the owner-operators. Come check it out. All right, I'm here with Chris Bailey, the owner-operator of Triangle Crane. Thank you for being here and talking to us today.
Appreciate it.
Can you tell us about when your company was started and what you all do?
We started a tree company a little over 20 years ago. Started with our first crane back in 2014, and then we got towards the pandemic years and realized that there was a niche market out there for tree companies that needed experienced crane operators. The 60-ton here is our first custom one truck unit, and it's been a beast. It is a strong crane. It's got a really nice platform for doing tree work, really stiff boom, really responsive crane, and the capacity is huge. Being able to reach further out is always what you're looking for when you're doing trees. That tree that you just can't reach in the backyard, and otherwise would have to piece it down and carry it all out by hand. The crane can reach out there and pick it up and put it in the street for you.
How much volume do you think this unit has done already?
This unit goes out every day, so 5 days a week it's doing tree work, and it doesn't stop. There's the Raleigh-Durham Triangle area is one of the #1 fastest growing places in the country, and people and trees are always coming into conflict. So you can't throw a stone around here without hitting the tree company. So it's a pretty large customer base.
Well, great. Thank you for sharing all this information with us.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm here now with Stephen Kurtz, one of the owner-operators of Triangle Crane. Thanks for being here today.
No problem at all.
So can you tell us a little bit about your role in the business?
So basically for Triangle Crane, I go out and look at a lot of the jobs to assess whether the units can reach, which one we might need, what's going to be the best fit for the job. We have several different units on site. This is by far the one that gets the big jobs.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that, like what this equipment does for you all and the impact it has?
Well, it has a lot of impact. There's a lot of times when we're working in a residential neighborhood where we're having to reach over houses, into a backyard, basically really far away. And so when we need that capability, this is the unit that we put on site.
Can you tell us a little bit about the job site that we're going to visit?
So the job site tomorrow, I believe, is in central Raleigh, small residential neighborhood, probably half-acre lot. Several trees in the front yard. Most of the work is in the backyard. So as I was speaking about earlier, this is a point where we really need that reach, that extra distance horizontally that we can get from the driveway area or the street over the house into the backyard so that we can pick these trees out of there safely and effectively.
So how many job sites would you say that this truck visits in any given day or?
So it could be as many as 4 or 5. A lot of times it might just be one larger job where you have many trees that need to come out, 20 or 30 different pine trees. That might be an all-day thing, whereas sometimes a company will come to us and lease this out for a whole day, but we'll jump to 2, 3, 4 different jobs a day.
What about like the seasonality? Does this get used year-round?
Down here, we're lucky. We don't have a lot of snow down here, so the weather isn't an issue. We generally run all year long with these units.
So why do you choose Custom Truck for this equipment?
Well, this unit was available when we needed it. It had the capacity that we wanted, and so we kind of went for it. I will say we've known Wayne Kenny for a while as well, and he was kind of instrumental in that too.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, and I'm super excited to see the job site. We're about to remove this very tall pine tree. How tall would you say this pine tree is?
I would say that pine tree is probably about 80, 85 feet tall, something like that.
So why does the homeowner want to remove this tree from the yard?
Well, there's several reasons. I suspect most of what's going on here is, that's a fairly tall, large-sized tree. We do get a lot of storms in this area. We get a lot of trees on houses. That's probably part of why they want it gone. They're removing multiple trees in the backyard too, pine trees as well. Tall, skinny pines tend to fail a little more often than some of the other species we have around here. You can probably notice too on the roof of their house, there's pine needles all over it. These things are falling off of these trees constantly throughout the year. They clog up the gutters. They're really difficult to deal with. So that's probably another part of the reason that they're choosing to remove these trees today.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, to remove the tree before you run into an issue in a storm where it really damages your house.
That's
So,
right.
yeah,
That's right.
thanks for explaining that.
No problem.